Good day everyone, I am Jinky Gahaton and today I will going to discuss to you about the preschooler socio-emotional development. But first, let's know who are the preschoolers. When we say preschoolers, it corresponds to the early childhood, which is the end of infancy to 5 to 6 years old, which also refers to grade 1. And now let's proceed to our topic about the socio-emotional development of the preschoolers. When we say socio-emotional, it includes the child's experience, expression, and management of emotions and the ability to establish positive and rewarding relationships with others. It is according to Cohen in the year 2005. In other words, for you to understand, when we say social, it refers to the word social, which means you are socializing or interacting with other people. Meaning to say that the young children or the preschoolers are interacting or developing how to interact with other people. And when you say emotional, it refers to the reaction of the young children to their emotions that they feel. Developing social awareness. When a preschooler develops his social-emotional aspect, he will also develop social awareness. When you say social awareness, it will help them become more dependable and can help them complete simple tasks at home. When we say dependable, they are going to depend on something that they can do. And when you say social awareness, it usually grows during the preschool years. They will become aware of their surroundings, of the people around them. Next is taking the initiative. When you say initiative, it is the ability to act or think without being urged. Or kung sa Tagalog, may kusa ka. You have the initiative. And when you have the initiative or when a child is taking the initiative, he will also have the guilt. When we say guilt, it is blaming self for something done wrong. Children develop initiative when they are allowed to ask questions. Meaning to say, when a child is asking many questions, he will also develop initiative. And adults do need to step in and set limits for it, so it will help their child to become more aware of what they are doing. When a child is taking the initiative, he will become more independent. When we say independent, it is the opposite of the word dependent, which means that you know already what you are going to do without asking someone or without the help of somebody. When a child is taking the initiative, he will also improve abilities. We all know that all children have their own abilities, and a preschooler must improve that by taking the initiative. When a preschooler is taking the initiative, he will also have the limitless energy. Meaning to say that a preschooler have a lot of energy and their energy is limitless or unlimited. Kumbaga wala silang kapaguran or they have a lot of energy to do things that they want such as playing and socializing. Next, when a preschooler is taking the initiative, he will also develop a never-ending curiosity. When we say curiosity, it refers to their innocence. Kumbaga, marami silang gustong itanong because they have a lot of things that they do not understand. That's why they have the never-ending curiosity. They have the never-ending questions. And that's a sign of initiative. Next is when they are taking the initiative, they will also talk a lot and loudly. Based on my experience from my niece and nephews, when I talk to them, I noticed that they talk a lot and louder than mine. And I realized that it's normal for a preschooler to talk a lot and loudly because it's a sign that they are taking the initiative. Lastly, when a preschooler is taking the initiative, they are experimenting and exploring. They want to experiment or explore something because of also their curiosity. They have a lot of questions on their mind and they have a lot of things that they want to understand. That's why they explore and experiment. Next, when a child is developing his socio-emotional aspect, he will also show responsibility. When we say responsibility, it is the first step toward dependence. Adults should show examples. We all know that our parents is our role model when it comes to everything. What a child saw to his parent will be followed. And as a parent, you have to ask yourself what are some chores that would be appropriate for a preschooler. And by answering that, your child will develop showing responsibility. For me, you can teach your child to keep or arrange their toys. So from that thing, they will develop the responsibility that when they play, they will also keep and arrange their toys after. Next is learning gender rules. Learning gender rules will help a child to develop his socio-emotional aspect. Preschoolers are beginning to grasp the concept of how to fit into certain social groups, such as family, school, clubs, and others. And when we say gender rule learning, it refers to the learning of what behavior is expected of males and females. Gender role is a major concept children learn in the preschool years. As a preschooler is joining or fitting into certain social groups such as in school or clubs, they will understand and learn the difference between the male and females. They will develop and apply to themselves the rules according to their gender. But this is the question. How does gender role developed? The answer is by how others treat them and how they see others in their male or female roles. Meaning to say it depends to a child on how he see other people and how he react to the roles of females and males. We have here the word sex typing. When you say sex typing, it is treating boys and girls differently. When it comes to clothing, we can identify a person is a boy when he wears pants and a girl when she wears skirts. In terms of toys, boys are most likely to play cars or basketball or other sports, while girls are most likely to play Barbie dolls and cooking. And also, boys and girls are different the way parents react. Children most often identify and imitate models of the same gender as well, such as their teachers, characters from TV, movies, and storybooks. I remembered when I was in my preschool years, I used to watch cartoons just like Powerpuff Girls, and I used to consider myself, imagining myself that I am Bubbles because I like her so much. I like her outfit, I like her powers, just like that. And that is an example of imitating models of the same gender. Next is cultural differences. Cultural differences will help the preschooler to develop their socio-emotional aspect. Society's view of male and females is not as clearly defined as it once was, because we have our traditional views. When it comes to male, we consider them as more aggressive or the economic head of the family, while the female, we consider them as a wife or a mother someday. But this is the question. How many of your moms stay at home? Society's view has changed because we all know nowadays there are a lot of females who prefers to work more than to stay at home. That's why we have this question, how many of your moms stay at home? Because nowadays there are a lot of female who are not staying their home. We have what we called sexual stereotyping. This is a statement or even a hint that men and women always do or should do certain tasks. Next is extending social relations. Social learning such as sharing, controlling anger, thinking of others' feelings, making joint efforts with others. As a preschooler is interacting with her peers or friends, circle of friends, he will under or she will understand how to share well, how to control anger, how to think of others' feelings, and how to make efforts with others. And now let's proceed to the saying adults are still important. In the preschool years, parents are very important because they are the guidance of their child or their children. And their children still depend on them for many of their needs, especially from financial needs. Adults are social models. They must teach by example. When we say teach by example, the adults must show goodness or positive vibes or attitudes to their children so that their child will also follow it. Next is model relationships. Adults must teach morals, self control, good manners, and more. That's why adults are still important because they are the first teacher of their child. Making friends. It will also affect the socio-emotional aspect of the child by making friends. It depends on the following: the child's friendliness, ability to follow group rules, lack of dependence on adults. We all know that not all children are very friendly or knows how to socialize well. There are preschoolers who prefer to have friends of the same gender. And these are the self-centered view about friendships. They see friends as people who play with you, help you, share with their toys with you, and etc. Also, they are creating a circle or close circle of friends, just like saying, hey, play with us. That is a sign of being friendly, or that is a sign of a child's friendliness. Learning from play groups. Play experiences are richer with others. You can learn new ideas, behave with peers, learn to play fairly, become less self centered, and you can learn that friends are full of fun. Now let's proceed to the feeling and controlling of emotions. Preschoolers still react to common childlike stressors, situation that causes stress. This may include illness, moving, death, adult quarrels, and divorce. Controlling outward signs of emotion such as crying, screaming, and hitting to help children become socially acceptable. However, if children control emotions without admitting their underlying feelings to themselves and others, they may become emotionally troubled. Children need to express themselves. As a parent, you have to teach your child how to express themselves, how to express their emotions, and control the emotions that they feel. Next is dependency. Preschoolers feel a conflict between their need for dependence and independence. Sometimes preschoolers ask for help and they really do need it, and other times they ask for help even when they don't. It is because of dependency. They are dependent to the people or to the things that surrounds them. When we say emotional dependence, it is the act of seeking attention, approval, comfort, and contact. Meaning to say, when a preschooler is asking or seeking for attention, approval, or comfort, it means that they are emotionally dependent. And now let's proceed to the fear and anxiety. Some toddler fears fade away, and preschoolers develop new fears, some increase. We have to understand that all preschoolers have their own fears, and sometimes as they grow up, it increases. Just like the fear of unknown, it is a fear of two monsters, robbers, or something else. And then we have what we call fear of physical injury. It refers to the fear of death by fire, auto accident, drowning, the fear of bites from insects or animals. Sometimes a child is having fear because of her experience. Baka ayaw niya nang mangyari ulit or baka na-trauma siya sa nangyari. Kaya that's why they have the fear and anxiety. fear of pain caused by medical and dental work, anxiety of a general nature. We have fear of a tornado. It may spread to thunderstorms and high winds. I remember my nephew who have fears in thunderstorm. Whenever there are thunderstorms, he used to lock the door of our room, and because he is imagining that the thunderstorm will hit him. And as a parent, you have to guide your child from that fear to become his strength. Next, let's proceed to the anger and aggression. Anger and aggression being around 10 months of age. They peaked with displays of temper in the toddler years and continue in the preschool years. Preschoolers tend to hit and bite less than toddlers, yet they tend to threaten and yell more. Boys are more physical and girls are more verbal, even in the preschool stage. Causes of anger and aggression. Preschoolers use aggression to get their way, hurt another, gain attention, gain affection. I remember the child in our church that whenever he is seeking for the attention of his father, he is hurting another person or his peers just to let his father notice him. And for me, that's not a good attitude that a child must possess. And as an adult or as a parent, you have to guide your child from that situation. Lastly, jealousy. Jealousy will affect the social-emotional development of a child. It begins when people realize they must share with others the love, attention, possessions, and time once only given to him. Most common time for jealousy is a new baby brother or sister. We have what we call repressed jealousy. It is the feelings of jealousy not directly expressed and may even be denied. Usually it shows this type through nightmares, physical problems or headaches, upset stomachs, fevers, change in appetite. That is a repressed jealousy which can affect the socio-emotional development of a preschooler. That's all. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from our topic, and I hope this would help you to understand the socio-emotional development of the preschoolers. Once again, I am Jinky Gahaton, and thank you.